Greetings, fellow nerds, geeks, and collectors. This is Chad Goody Goodwin coming to you from ConstantCollectible.com. Today we'll be doing another episode of What's in the Box, and we'll be going over Fantasy Flight's Star Wars X-Wing miniature game, the Imperial Veterans expansion pack. Really neat expansion pack. I've been looking forward to this since its announcement. Kind of a big X-Wing miniature game player. I really like the Imperial and of course the Scum side of it. So I've already taken the liberty of excavating all the goodies out of the box. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll start with the TIE Defender, which is over here. And what I did is I brought the existing TIE Defender, which is on the left, next to the new one, which is a red paint scheme, a lot like the TIE Interceptor that came out last year. Really neat. Let's kind of pan up onto it, get a little closer view of it. Pretty neat little paint scheme on it. Kind of show you the difference between the old and the new one. Same exact ship, just a different paint scheme. I like this new paint scheme a little better. Kind of cool. Next up we have the TIE Bomber, which had a small upgrade to it regarding the paint. The paint scheme, the color is a little lighter. It has a more of a grayish tint opposed to the blue-gray, as well as these what I'm calling a white racing stripe on the side. There's a little one on top, right on top of the bomb package there. Nothing new in regards to the actual ships, just a upgrade to the paint. So we'll kind of pan over here to the new cards that you get. And what we get is we have Countess Ryad as well as Merrick Steele. Both cards pretty neat. I like the Countess Ryad, which basically if you reveal a straight maneuver you can treat it as a 180, which, you know, for those of you who play, can be pretty devastating if someone's trying to come up and, you know, shoot you from behind, and you get also to shoot back because you're shooting back on them. You're just doing a quick 180. The other cards that come off the TIE Defender are the Glaive Squadron pilots. Just a very generic card. The pilot level is actually level 6, not very low, which is kind of cool. Next up we have the TIE Bomber cards. We'll pan up here. Then we have Tomax Bran as well as a Deathfire. The Deathfire, you'll notice, is a level 3 pilot. And it states when you reveal your maneuver dial or after you perform an action, you may perform a secondary upgrade card action as a free action. You know, so basically a bomb. Really neat. You'll notice that at the bottom bar down there next to the 17, that it doesn't have a elite pilot card or upgrade. So it's missing that, but it still could be beneficial if you got several TIE Bombers out there. This can be a nice little sweet addition. Now below that we have the Gamma Squadron veteran cards for the generic pilot, and you'll notice that the pilot level is actually higher than the unique pilot Deathfire up here. Interesting, but if we pan down here once more, you'll see that there's a elite pilot upgrade card on this. So pretty neat cards. And we'll stand over here to the generic cards that were kind of included. Well, mostly generic. We have a systems officer, a cluster mines, which you can get on a few other ships as well. The proximity mines, which you can also receive in several ships. The tractor beam, it's on a couple others. I haven't used it yet. I'm hoping to maybe use that sometime in the very near future. Kind of playing with it this past week in a couple builds. Then we come down here to Crack Shot. This is my first Crack Shot card, I think. Kind of a neat card though. I might try and use this relatively soon as well. I did pull out 4 cards I thought that were pretty essential to go over for this pack. And we'll start in the far left here with the TIE Shuttle. And basically that's only for the TIE Bomber. And what it is that your card or your ship loses all its secondary upgrades, missiles, bombs, and such, and you gain 2 passengers. And for those of you who play, you know that, you know, if you can throw a couple passengers on your vehicle, you gain some pretty nice abilities, all depending on who you're using, of course. Next up is the TIE X7. This card kind of turns your TIE Defender into more of a dogfighter. You lose the secondary attacks, and then when you execute a 3, 4, or 5 speed maneuver, you get a free evade token, which is pretty sweet because if you do one of those 3, 4s, or 5s, you get that evade, and you can also do a focus token. So it adds survivability. We'll kind of pan over here, and we'll come up to the long range scanners. I did actually use this past week. I thought it was a pretty cool card, and it actually worked out really well. And basically, you can target lock your opponent from range 3 and beyond, which I think is just actually 3 to 5. But it still works really neat. You can't target lock close up, but once the game starts and you guys are starting to kind of go at it, once they get within range 5, you can start target locking, which is pretty essential because then you don't have to use the target lock action when you get close enough. You can use other actions. It's really neat. I used it and actually it actually worked out pretty well. Next up is the TIE D, which is after you perform a secondary action that has, costs 3 points or less, obviously, you get a free primary weapon action. And these two cards, the long range scanners and the TIE D, actually worked out in my benefit with a game I played this past week. I got a sweet kill off of it just for one round. So once again, this is the Imperial Veterans expansion pack. Let us know what you think. Leave a comment below. Visit us over at www.constantcollectible.com. This is Chad Goody Goodwin. We'll hope to see you out there. Take care.